everyone, welcome to my 12 Days of Christmas series, and today I wanted to share where I plan to go to celebrate the holidays in New York City. My family is coming for Thanksgiving and then we're hopping right into Christmas magic here in this big city. So I'm going to share the entire itinerary, and then my sister's staying through the week with me and her best friend from high school is coming to visit. So we're going to do even more doubling down on Christmas time in New York City. Not to mention I live here, so I have all the best tips, tricks, and ideas and plans literally ever. I'm so proud of my itinerary. I worked so hard to get all these reservations because we're organized over here. So this is family itinerary. The first thing we're gonna do is kind of a slower night, Wednesday night. This is like Blackout Wednesday when I was younger, but we're, you know, we're adults, we're grown. So the five of us are gonna go to this restaurant in Midtown East. It's a little bit newer, called Ubani. It's a Georgian restaurant and it's literally so good. They do jazz and they have happy hour, and the food is so amazing and different. And like, if you come to New York City for the cuisine, I'm not a big foodie, but I suggest it as a vegetarian to anyone because you don't get food like this when you're from the middle of America, which is where I'm from. I am a transplant, if that's not obvious by my vibes, but I've been living here for 8 years, so I think I'm qualified to have the family in town for holiday season. So that's gonna be an early reservation because it gets dark early, right? And then we're gonna walk over to the Lotte Palace. So this is where in Gossip Girl, Serena Vanderwoodson was living in Gossip Girl, and there's so many iconic scenes of them in the courtyard area. So they have like a whole Christmas tree, and they started doing these like pop-up drinks and things during the summer. They do like rosés and all that stuff. So I think they have a holiday pop-up right now, outdoor bar, and then some seating. So we're gonna go to that and just like look at the Christmas tree. It's like the second best Christmas tree in Manhattan. So once we go there, we're gonna walk in, and I'm a little bummed because I didn't book a Gold Bar reservation for this night because I wasn't sure anyone's flights, and they book reservations much sooner. So I will put the days ahead that you have to call or go on the website and book requests, because if you do have plans in Christmas, you need reservations. They book up really fast. Everyone wants to be in New York City. There's only a month and a half of this Christmas joy and everyone wants to go to the same places. So you gotta set your alarms, you gotta do it right, or you won't be getting any reservations. And then the Christmas tree is not gonna be done yet because this is the night before Thanksgiving. So we aren't gonna go to Rockefeller Center tree then, but if you were here during the Christmas tree already being bright, this would be a great time to walk over. It's just a block off to see the Rockefeller Christmas tree and see the ice skating rink and all the things down there. So what we're gonna do is see if we can get into that bar. If not, we're gonna walk down and go to another hotel bar because it is Midtown. There's so many amazing hotel bars around here, potentially Waldorf, but we do have plans to go to Waldorf the next day. So I'm kind of just banking on getting into Gold Bar, and if that doesn't work, we're gonna go a little further down towards the 40s instead of in like the 50s, and we're gonna go to another hotel bar called the Renwick Hotel. They have a record bar there, and I've actually been twice because it's not too far from my apartment. It's in Murray Hill, and they have redone it so that it's a record bar. It's really cool, kind of 70s vibes. They have cocktails and nice drinks, and it's big, so you can sit in a booth. They do have food, and last time I went, they had like a DJ. Cool vibes for Midtown without having to go downtown and into the craze. Then we gotta go to bed at some point, and at this point we're probably 4 glasses of wine deep. So we're gonna head home and get a lot of rest because the next day we're going to the Macy's Day Parade. Now this is a suggestion on my end, but I do work for the Macy's Corporation, so I actually won tickets this year for 3 people to go to the parade and sit in like a very gorgeous seating, viewing section. So this is probably not a little bit relatable, but we do have the parade outline here. So we're gonna go to like 71st Street, watch the parade, get the best day ever. I'm hoping it's not gonna rain. Right now it's in the forecast, but we're gonna ignore it and hope it moves away. And we're gonna watch the Macy's Day Parade because that brings us right into Christmas. So the parade goes on about 2 hours. Then we're gonna hop back on the train and come over to home, change, get ready. So since my home is not an option for a massive cooking Thanksgiving deal, we are obviously going out to eat because it's New York City and we can do that, and there's so many prefix meals available at the tip of our fingers. So we decided on the Central Park Boathouse. It's a 3-course prefix, $100 for food, and then drinks are not included. Even if it wasn't Thanksgiving, this would be a perfect activity to see Central Park and go to the boathouse. This is very historic. I was actually so intrigued to see some of these photos and read through the website because I didn't really realize that this is a true, I mean, it makes sense. It's a true boathouse is how it started, and then it just became this basically gorgeous restaurant. They did close over COVID and they reopened recently, and it's so nice. My friend just got married there. Super excited about that. That's like our main event is Thanksgiving Day, boathouse, prefix meal, gorgeous. And then we're gonna decide to, hopefully weather permitting, walk around Central Park a bit. It should be a little more quiet and just locals because most people don't travel on Thanksgiving Day. And then we'll go down to the Plaza Hotel. They're open for their champagne room. No reservations, first come, first serve all day. So hoping to grab a glass of champagne. It's also my brother-in-law and sister's wedding anniversary. So we're also celebrating them. So we'll do a little champagne toast. And then by then it's probably like 4 o'clock. We'll come home, we'll rest for a minute. I don't know, might find a sports bar for the boys to watch football. They might go back and watch it at the hotel. And then we'll change into very dressy, fancy, cutesy outfits because we're gonna go to the Waldorf Astoria and celebrate with cocktails and have a night out. So the Waldorf Astoria opened and they spent $10 million to renovate this hotel, and they have an entire Peacock lounge, cocktail lounge. And so I've not been yet, but I'm very excited because I know that hotels do the best decorations. So they're gonna have an amazing tree. They have a gorgeous like staircase. I already know my photo ops. And so I'm excited to do that, and it should all be decorated for Christmas at this point because obviously it's starting. Now, that is our goal for Thursday, Thanksgiving Day. Now, Friday, we're gonna sleep in a bit. It's not gonna be too crazy. We don't have crazy reservations this day. We're going to Brooklyn though. The goal is to go, you know, around 9:30, 10 o'clock, casual, cute, bopping day, right? You know, coffee, walk, shop, and we're gonna head to like Williamsburg, Greenpoint area because they have the best thrifting if they're open. It's Black Friday at this point, but also Black Friday isn't how it, you know, once was. So we're just gonna look at the small businesses, maybe pop into like a few little stores in Williamsburg along that strip. There's like Ever Eve, my sister loves, Cost, my mother loves, all those cute little stores, and then we'll see some shopping and thrifting for me. And then that night after Brooklyn Day, chill vibes, because you don't want to like have too much of a set itinerary, especially if you're not visiting for the first time. Like you should go walk around Brooklyn. They have great brownstones to look at. I'm sure they're decorated, like good vibes over there. And then we're gonna come home, go into like Christmas mode, Christmas fair aisle, sweaters unlocked, because we're going to Jingle Jangle at the Dead Rabbit Parlor Room down in Friday. Now, I have not been to this yet, but I'm very excited because they do this cute little whiskey with like a gingerbread, and because my family is a whiskey family, they are gonna be obsessed, and my sister's gonna think that's the cutest thing ever. And all the little drinks are very Jingle Jangle themed, and so it's gonna be great. I am very excited for that. That's the whole evening. Like they have like fish and chips, like Irish pub type of food, and holiday cocktail drinks, and it's fully decorated to the nines. I'm so glad I got a reservation. I got it right on the dot. I think it was like 2 weeks prior to request a reservation. So you gotta be on top of your reservations because they're completely gone now that it's like in a week. You can't be nonchalant about these things. You gotta set your timers, set your goals. Saturday is another biggie, and my mom, last time we went to this Beekman brunch at the Beekman Hotel, also in Friday, and she was like, oh my god, your father would love this. Like there's live jazz music, you get eggs benedict, you get mimosas, screwdrivers, coffee, lattes, and you just sit in this very open area where you can see each floor of the hotel across the balcony. It looks very movie-esque, old Hollywood. I don't even know what I'm saying, but like the vibe is London. I mean, it's New York City, but you know what I mean? Like it's very gorgeous. And so I was a little nervous because I went to go get the reservation day the day I needed to, and they only had reservations for up to 4 people. And I think it's because of the way they lay out the space. It's like 4 big sofa chairs, and it's gorgeous and it's cozy because it's like a lobby, a hotel lobby with Lily's lounge chairs. So I did book the 4, and then I called the next day and I said, hey, I'm calling because I booked the 4 people, but it's actually gonna be 5. Is there any way I can adjust my reservation? And they were like, okay, yes. So it's a holiday jazz brunch from like noon to 3. It's kind of their thing. They're very known for it, and they have amazing Christmas trees because like I said, the hotels are where it's at for decorations. They have the space, they have the money, they have the tourists, so they want them to be happy. So that's our plan for the Beekman Hotel Jazz brunch. And then we'll have a little something in our bones, and then we're gonna go to Century 21 and shop. My mom and I and my sister, we used to spend hours and hours and hours at Century 21. I actually just recently went and got like a Ghani sweater, and it was gorgeous. And they closed for a minute, but they reopened back better than ever. So we're gonna go shopping at the Century 21, which is like a designer outlet shop. They do have like department store closeout things that have been on replan for designers for a while. I actually just got a Ghani sweater from there. Usually is like $600, got it for $165, new with tags, in my size. It is like a digging, so of course I love it because it's kind of like treasure hunting, which you get with thrifting, but higher end things like this blue jacket, Century 21 last year. So in love. And then because we're gonna be in Fidei by the Beekman Hotel in Century 21, we're gonna pop over to the Printemps, which opened this year in New York City. I don't know if they're decorating Christmassy, but it is the most amazing interior. And I have already been with my sister and my mom, but they loved it so much they wanna go back and do a little glass of wine at the Red Room. I bet the boys are at like a dive bar, leaving the rest of the day open. They also have shopping in Oculus, which you can also walk through and go down and over to the Brookfield Mall, which has high-end Tory Burch, Prada, Chanel. It's so gorgeous. They have so many trees. They have an ice skating rink there. You know, it's not a Bryant Park, but it's gorgeous. And so could be fun to pop over there. Don't know if we'll have time because we gotta go back up, meet up with the guys, and go to the Bryant Park market. My sister is a big market girly. She really wants to get the viral thing, and I'll take her to it. I will push through those tourists and be overstimulated for an hour so she can get those freaking pickles and whatever the heck else she's been excited to try. And so we'll spend a lot of time there. Maybe we'll do some little activities around that area, and then hopefully the Rockefeller Center tree is up and glowing. It's gonna be so busy, oh my god, but we're gonna do it. But my goal is, and like I'm annoyed because I saw it go viral, but I thought in my head, oh, we'll just go down the subway and pop up on the opposite side towards the J. Crew area, and I just leave that way because you kind of go on the back side versus the front side of the tree, but you still get the gorgeous view and you don't have to hit a lot of people. Hopefully that is still going to be a pleasant experience. If not, you know, it's gonna be great, and we'll just see the Christmas cheer, because here's the thing. I have to show out, show off, and show up New York City Christmas time for the family. So then we're gonna go home, change. We're gonna be exhausted. I mean, imagine. All of these activities have been going on. We haven't been home, but we have to push through because I wanna go to the Campbell Bar. If you haven't caught on, I'm obsessed with Gossip Girl. Half of the reason I live in New York City is because of Gossip Girl. Now looking back, I realized they were billionaires, and LOL at me thinking I would find myself living that life. I live it some days, okay? Some days I can live it. So we're gonna go to the Campbell Bar, which is where Serena and Nate hooked up, and it's like, oh, the Campbell wedding, and then they had the Campbell divorce party. So long story short, we're gonna go to the Campbell room because they have a jazz bar, and we're gonna do some cocktails, and it's kind of gonna put the cherry on top of the weekend. Grand Central will have like its whole moment. There'll be some gorgeous wreaths around. It's gonna be red and green and cool and interesting. So we're gonna like look at the Grand Central stuff and walk around and enjoy the end of Christmas. Now, some things I did not mention about this that I'm trying to shimmy in. I want to go to the Bryant Park Library, and I think we can probably squeeze that in around the Bryant Park Market because they have Harry Potter themed Christmas tree, which I did not know about. So I'm excited to try to squeeze that in. I think my sister will freak out. She loves Harry Potter, like, and then that's gonna be the end of the trip for round 1 weekend, and those are all the activities we're doing. But wait, there's more, because that's just trip number 1. I have another guest the following weekend, and we are gonna have to be Christmasing it up with her as well. So this will be a little bit more of the girly pop time because it is just us 3 girls having a good time. So then Monday comes around, I'm in work. I'm gonna be exhausted. Mondays are for resting, so I'm gonna rest, but if I weren't resting and I was on a trip, my plan would be to go to Bimmelman's Bar uptown or the Mark Bar. Both of these are martini bars. So I've already been to Bimmelman's Bar because I wanted to beat the holiday rush. One year, my friend and I, we've turned it into a tradition. We were waiting in line for 3.5 hours to sit at the bar, and that was crazy of us, but we had to go to Bimmelman's. It's like a tradition. We weren't gonna stop the tradition just because we could barely get in. The line was literally out the door. I think because of the power of social media, because in my first years living here, I did not know about this bar, but there's a reason everyone wants to go. So the reason it's so popular is in the 1940s, yes, the Carlisle Hotel, which is where it is, hired the artist of the Madeline books, what's his name? Ludwig, to paint the walls of Bimmelman's bar. And it is just so cutesy and so New Yorky, so classic, and it's a jazz bar. So at 5:30, they bring in the jazz band, and you can sit there however long you want. They do not rush you. They do not make you feel like you're in a tourist trap. It does feel very neighborhoody because they limit the number of people that can be there. And the best part about this is Ludwig, the artist, literally said, I can do this for you, but I'm staying here for free. And so he lived in the hotel and was the artist for that room. And he was like doing his huge murals all over the bar for 18 months. Obsessed. So then if I wasn't gonna do that, I would go to the Mark Hotel because they do like cute little stands. I went sort of during the fall and already got the Mark fix. You get martinis there too. It's just walk in, first come, first serve. It's obviously gonna be a very busy time of the season, so beware. And you can get little cocktails or drinks. They do cute wreaths. It's like black and white there. Cool, sexy, fun. You'll feel very like, oh, chic New York. Now, moving on. I have work, but my sister and I are gonna go to Obvio. It's somewhere, when I first went there, I was like, oh, my sister would literally love this. It's so cool. It's very suave. It's a London type of vibe where it's kind of clean aesthetic but sexy because there's like red lighting and cool bathroom and it's like all black in there. So we're gonna go there and I'm excited to have like 1 or 2 glasses of wine, maybe a martini, but we'll see. I'm gonna meet her after work. I did get reservations in time. They also are another place you really need to get a reservation, or you might be scheduling 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night to go there, so fair warning. Wednesday, no plans. Thursday, my sister's friend's coming in, so our plan is to go to either 1, the Portrait Bar, or 2, the Waldorf Astoria. So we already went to the Waldorf, as we know, but I kind of want to do the Waldorf because it's so close, and if we did Portrait Bar, we'd have to like train and everything. Her friend is probably gonna get here around 9, 10 o'clock. So my sister and I are gonna go entertain ourselves for a bit. The next day I took off, and that's a big weekend plan. So we're gonna start our weekend. And this is where I have the itinerary beginning. So Upper East Side, 9 a.m. Yes, girls, I'm gonna be like, listen, get your ass up. We're going to Ralph Lauren because they wanna go to Ralph's Coffee. And the line could be like an hour for coffee. It's cute, it's fun. I have to tell myself, you know, it's fine, they're visiting, they wanna go to Ralph's Coffee, we'll stand in the line. But I wanna get there early as we can because hopefully we can beat the like 10 a.m., 11 a.m. rush, you know? I feel like 9 a.m. on a Friday morning might be 30 minutes to 45 minutes versus like an hour to 2 hours. Then we're gonna shop Fifth Avenue. So by the time everything opens around 10 o'clock, Reformation there's Ralph Lauren. I'm gonna take them up there, show them how gorgeous it is. I love shopping Fifth Avenue. I have videos all about it, especially Madison Avenue on the Upper East Side. There's a Madewell. My sister loves that. Anthropologie will go in, and then we'll walk all the way down, hit the plaza, might grab a glass of champagne, might not be let in, TBD. Sometimes they're strict. They didn't used to be so strict, but everything's on the internet now. We're gonna look at all the window shops, so Bergdorf's, we're gonna look at Saks off Fifth, we're gonna go to Rockefeller Center, see the tree again, J. Crew, Anthropologie, 2 favorite stores in Rockefeller Center. They're huge, they're massive, they're great. And then if we're feeling like it, Saks Fifth Avenue has a great little champagne lounge. If you go in, go up, it's like on their top floor. We could sit, have a glass of champagne. Could be lovely. Then we're gonna come home, change, because we're gonna get dressed up cutesy patootsy. This is the night my friend's hosting like a soiree, so we're gonna attend because we're so cute and fun, and we're gonna dress up very nice. But first we're gonna go to the Bryant Park Market again. We're gonna bop around there, we're gonna see all the things and enjoy, and then we're gonna try to go to the Gold Bar or the Campbell Room, depending. Those are like my vibes, if you can't tell. I love those places. And then we'll do the soiree. And then we're gonna go out, which when we go out, we might go to like Wiggle Room. Schmuck is like a very interesting acquired taste. Small little bar. It's like owned by people who are French, and the drinks are infused with certain things. It's like a cheese martini and stuff like that. So I think my sister, it sounds cheesy, but it's actually really chic and very cool. And every time I brought anyone there, they're like, oh my god, I love it. But you do have to wait in line and see the crowds. And if not, we'll probably go to a dive bar, go out. We're gonna be, you know, having a time. Saturday. rise and shine. We're going to like the West Village, Lower East Side. So we're gonna do the whole thing. We're gonna go to Cezanne. We're gonna go to Other Stories. We're gonna go to Aritzia, Zara. They don't have these things at home. So we're gonna be along Soho and Lower East Side. They wanna go to multiple coffee shops. So I have those on my list, and those two are Dialogue Coffee or Le Cabra. So probably both. At some point, we're gonna grab pizza. We did book an American Bar reservation, so if we're up for it, we're gonna do it, but you can cancel like hours before. So if we wake up and we're like, hell no to American Bar, we just gotta do it bright and early. If not, we're gonna go there. I do think they have a Christmas tree. They have great martinis, salads, burgers, fries, girl dinner, amazing food. I love it there. It's like one of my staples. And then we're gonna go walking around the West Village to the little shops. We'll stop into Old the Best, my favorite luxury handbag store. I'll show them Bleecker Street after American Bar with a lot of smaller shops. They have like Happy or something, like all these little niche shops that we'll pop into. So we're just gonna like walk and find it. And then by then we're gonna be like, okay, we've been walking for, you know, hours and hours. Let's go home and change. So hopefully by then it's like 6 o'clock, because I'm hoping to get reservations at Portrait Bar and TBD Anton's. So Anton's is in the West Village, and it is like a very nice spaghetti dinner thing. Like, it's a little bit loud. It brings a young crowd, but like mature, like I would say like 30s, late 20s, early 30s and on. But it's not really a place for like 21-year-olds, you know? Like, you're not like getting lit. You're like sitting and dining and spending a good amount of time having martinis and enjoying everyone's company. They do dress it up really cute, so it just feels like a very New York location to take my sister and her friend. So I kind of want to go there, but I didn't get a reservation in time, so I'm on the wait list. If not, because we're gonna go to Portrait Bar and it is in Flatiron, I'm thinking we will go to La Pecora. Now, if we had a big lunch and we're not feeling La Pecora, we can always skip it. But La Pecora is a staple. It's a chain in New York City. Some people hate it. Think of it as the Smith. The food is good. I like La Pecora. It's not the best, but it is for especially tourists, like a big location, plenty of seating, nice, comfortable, and it's probably, if it was in their smaller hometowns or their state, it would be like the place to be. So I like it. I think my visitors always like it, and it's just kind of an easy staple. So we're gonna do that. And then if we're feeling the vibes and we want to stay out, I'm gonna take them to like Dime Square, they call it, like Le Dive or Swan Room, which are more cocktail loungy bars. But if they want to call it a night, they have early flights. I understand. We're heading out of there, and we're gonna wrap up the whole holiday weekend. That was a huge mouthful. I'm gonna be so busy, and it's gonna be great. So those are all the places I, as a local, suggest for when my family comes, my friends and I hang out and do holiday things. I'm sure I left a bunch of stuff off the list, but this is what I plan on doing for the holidays as I'm here, and I'm so looking forward to it. And I hope that this was helpful, and make sure you subscribe for my other Christmas days, and you'll see all the things going on. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Woo!